This year was supposed to be the year Stranger Things Season 5 finally came out. So, in the middle of May, I rewatched the entire series and wrote some predictions. I posted them on Medium. If you want to read them, I can share that in the video description. And honestly, some of my predictions are already coming true. After watching Volume 1, I have come up with an updated version. My original prediction was based on a full circle theme. I believed the Duffer brothers would complete the story where it began. I said everything started with Will and it would also end with Will, that he would be the ultimate hero, the one with the power to destroy the Upside Down completely. And now in Volume 1, we finally see a glimpse of that. Theirs has always been something deeply connected between Will and Vecna. Both express themselves through drawing, both experienced trauma. Vecna became what he is because of that trauma, but Will could become what Vecna could have been, the other side of the coin. Remember in season 1, during the D&D game, Dustin said Will to cast protection, but he didn't. Instead, he cast Fireball. He chose danger to help the party. That single scene has always felt like a metaphor for Will's final sacrifice, that he may willingly risk or even lose his life to save everyone. But then comes Jonathan. In season 4, he promised that he would always be there for Will. So maybe Jonathan will be the one to sacrifice himself in Will's place, especially because his relationship with Nancy seems to be fading. That was my earlier prediction, and now after watching the ring scene in season 5 volume 1, I am even more convinced that Jonathan might be the one who dies. And the series is all about protecting Will. So if Will dies, then what's the point? So Jonathan's sacrifice would also open the door for Nancy and Steve to get back together, a natural end to Steve's redemption arc, which has been one of the strongest arcs in the series. In season 1, Nancy lost her best friend, Barb. I predicted that season 5 would mirror that, and this time Steve would lose his best friend, Robin. That would hit emotionally and complete a painful but powerful pattern. That was my original thought. But after seeing Dustin and Steve's relationship in the new episodes, I'm honestly afraid that maybe Steve or Dustin might not survive. In real life, we often see that before something tragic happens, loved ones start behaving strangely. A usually caring person may become angry, or someone who's angry may suddenly show extra affection. Still, I'm sticking with Robin's death because I'm not ready for Dustin's sacrifice. He is my favorite character, so maybe I am being biased here. In my earlier prediction, I also said Mike's sister Holly has something special. There must be a reason. She appears in every season. I felt this especially when she walked into Will's room in season 1 while he was missing, and because she is strangely sensitive to noise. At first, I thought she might have hidden powers. Now I don't think that, but I do see an important pattern here. Look, Holly's father seems emotionally distant from the family. Will's father left them because of Will's identity. Vecna also had a troubled relationship with his father. There's a repeating theme of broken or cold fathers. Now for the biggest twist, my wild prediction. I have always said Vecna is not the final villain. Vecna mocks human life, its vulnerability, and he craves power. But maybe the show's theme is actually about humanity. That yes, we are flawed, emotional, and vulnerable, but we also have courage, hope, and love. That's what keeps us going. So here's my wild theory. I think the final villain will be someone we trust, someone who has been in front of us the whole time. And I suspect it might be the school teacher, Mr. Clark. He was always there explaining the science, opening the kids' minds, but maybe he knew more than he let on. Maybe he was involved from the start. There's something fishy about him. Do you remember when Joyce went to him about her fridge magnets losing powers? Since that scene, I have always felt something was off. But putting aside my sixth sense, if I think logically, the main villain is probably the mind player or something connected to that three mouthed dragon like creature we have seen hinted at. Will Drew something like that? He and his friends are fighting against it. He also had visions of it. And lastly, will Eleven die? I really don't think so. Hopper would never let that happen. If anything, he would probably sacrifice himself first.